Due to popular demand, this is Notion and how I use it to organize my life. From personal travel checklists to workout programs to running a YouTube channel. In this video, I'll show you how you can set up and customize your Notion just like mine, and at the end, I'll share with you my templates and how to use them. So what is Notion? It is a collaboration platform with modified Markdown support that integrates Kanban boards, tasks, wikis, and databases, or so is the official and a bit intimidating description of the software. The better way to look at Notion is as an all-in-one workspace for note-taking, project, data, and task management, combining the capabilities of apps like Microsoft To Do, Asana, Trello, and others. My way of describing it is a note-taking app on steroids that is slowly turning into a world-famous productivity juggernaut. What's excellent about Notion is the fact that it can be as minimal and straightforward as you wanted it to be, yet when its power is unleashed, it can run a business. Using it in its minimal, simplest form is my notes page, for example, and by the way, everything that you create in Notion begins as a page or a blank piece of paper. I use this notes page to dump and gather all sorts of information that I might refer to later. Notion offers a wide variety of input data that organizes random information, unlike no other note-taking app. There's really no specific order or value information on this miscellaneous notes page. Still, I wanted to show you the numerous ways you can organize data. Perhaps my packing page will be more useful to you. Notion has a bunch of pre-built templates that anyone can download, and this travel packing page started off as a default Notion page too. However, I tweaked it a bit too to reflect my needs. Let's be honest, I don't like using makeup, and added a few more categories and extra columns to space out everything and make it look neat. I've added a weather widget through a third-party service that I'll link below to take this simple packing page to the next level. Notion can embed pretty much anything, which helped me end up with this beautiful travel page that I use all the time. I can't tell you how happy I am to not have to create silly reminders or tasks in other apps that I later have to unhide and uncheck forever. Here I can just select all my items, and as I uncheck one, I unchecked all. Beautiful. Before we get to the nitty-gritty part of my YouTube organization, I'd like to show you my workout page, which I'm very proud of. I've called it Gym. And by the way, I prefer to use spaced out cap letters for my main pages and templates because that way everything stands out more. Second, by the way, if you end up enjoying this video, subscribe and click on the bell icon because why not? The power of Notion can be glanced in this workout page and specifically this table. Notion is great at creating robust tables and databases, which are still tables but in correlation. In the case of my workouts, this is a simple database that consists of rows of separate pages that hold some predefined fields. Suppose I open the chest workout, for example. In that case, you can see that it is a page that contains some predefined areas like the date that I plan to do the training and whether or not I plan to do cardio at the end of the session. The rest is a simple to-do list within the page itself. I use it to tick the exercises that I plan to do for a specific workout. I have created templates for each type of workout based on my home equipment. This Notion structure leaves me to only spend a few minutes planning my week or month of activities. It's not the most sophisticated template, but that's on purpose because I don't want to waste time and input information already collected by my Apple Watch, like travel intervals, heart rate, and calories. I can visualize my workout schedule as a calendar or a simple table filtered by the date depending on how I feel. I've created another page dedicated to tasks which are not so much date specific or urgent that I've called backlog. These are things that I plan to do as soon as my schedule allows it and are organized using the Kanban method. Each task is again a page that can hold single or multiple items. A task page can contain a task list and reference to materials, notes, and images. Since a task might consist of numerous execution steps, it can't simply be completed. Therefore, it goes through the usual stages of the Kanban methodology: to do, in progress, and complete. There is a fourth column for things that cannot be categorized, perhaps just concepts or ideas. Alright, let's talk real work. I'll start simply by showing you my rudimentary newsletter template under my shared Thisise space. By the way, sharing and collaborating are a massive part of Notion and a cornerstone and reason to use it to manage this YouTube channel. The newsletter template is again a simple page that holds the structure of each of my newsletter emails. I copy and paste that backbone to my email software each time I write a newsletter, and that's about it. As you can see, the channel space consists of 9 main pages, which, aside from the sidebar, can be glanced at by clicking on the main page. I don't use the main page that often, but when I do, I might dump random ideas or notes for the upcoming projects and quickly put together video ideas under my pillar categories. Videos are of course my main topic when it comes to the YouTube structure, and it is the reason for me to start using Notion in the first place. My video page is a database that holds each of my video scripts. There are several essential components to each video, and they're broken down into columns in the table itself. The first element is the publishing timeline, or the date when a video is supposed to go live. Next up is the status of the script, and then the sponsor of the video if there is such. For example, the great people at Notion bring this video to you, which is marked as sponsored by Notion item. If I open a script page, you'll see a structure that I've created myself as a template. This template evolves over time, and I keep improving and adding things to it as time goes by. The template is broken down into columns. The left column holds vital components for each video, like the main idea, structure, the viewer's journey, and the thumbnail concept. The right column is the script itself, and at the bottom I have some don't forget items, like the fact that I talked about my newsletter template a minute ago, yet I forgot to ask you to subscribe to it if you're interested in behind the scenes content, tutorials, and other fun aspects from the kitchen of the channel. Each time I create a new video script, I just import my template and start filling up everything in the left column first. My own structure keeps me at bay and does not allow me to deviate from the main topic and idea of the video, and helps me structure each video as best I can. Since this is a database, I can change its view, which I've done in a separate page, and display that same database in the form of a calendar where everyone can see what the schedule looks like. With the calendar in front of me, I can quickly move around each video and reschedule it drag and drop style with ease. The next important component for each video is the shots. I've created a B-roll shot list template, which is a table broken down into various columns that matter to me. Each shot is broken into a short description of the type of the shot, whether a B-roll, top-down, stock footage, drone, or something else. And next up is the shot attribute, where I choose if I want the shot to be wide, medium, close-up, and a shot called layover, which points to a quirky long barrel lens that I use in moderation. I've also created a top-down set of the cores to choose from that correspond to my accumulated sets over time. It is a lot easier to use this template, which I duplicate for each project, and organize my work based on the script instead of me having to guess and just glance at what I want to shoot as I do it. It eliminates guesswork and leaves more time for creativity and recording. Another remarkable aspect of Notion, which is what differentiates the software from anything else out there if you ask me, is the ability to share everything that I created, like I plan to do with you in a minute. One way to share is through workspace invitation of collaborators. As an example, my YouTube workspace is shared with my agency. This way, we can easily move around topic ideas and deadlines, and also discuss sponsorship integrations on the spot. To give you a perspective, the guidance materials for my last video's sponsorship integration were provided to me via a Notion page, which I just duplicated in my workspace and used as reference when I was preparing the script. Also, my video page and B-roll template is shared with a colleague of mine who helps me shoot B-roll for each project, and aside from me being able to help him organize the list of shots, I can easily leave comments as we collaborate, even sometimes from a distance. And while on the topic of collaboration, a second way to share something on Notion is publicly, with the community like I just did with you. In the description below, you'll find links to some of the pages that I've made, which you can duplicate yourself in your Notion and tweak them to fit your workflow, and even use them as is if you like. I'll also put a link to the custom Notion icons that I created myself, which you can download for free. They're meant to be used in Notion's dark mode, but also look good in the default white. So here's how everything works. If you click on my shots template, for example, you'll see the empty version of it, and at the top right corner there's a duplicate button. When you click it, that template will now end up in your Notion page, and you can begin using it right away. If you're familiar with the software, be sure to uncheck the database lock and feel free to make the structure even better, and maybe share it back with me to improve my own. If you enjoyed this video, chances are you'll find my gears and how-to playlist useful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below or ping me on Twitter. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is Z, over and out.